I guess a few things about me real quick, because I think I have like 5 to 6 minutes with y'all. So again, I work at Google. I'm a leadership recruiter there. Essentially what I do is I recruit engineering leadership for Google product areas. But I graduated in the class of 2011 from BSA. I played bassoon. Anybody play bassoon in here? Hey, there we go. Cool, cool. And I went to Dartmouth College, and now I live in New York City. So the title of my talk today is called Listening Test. I'm sure a few of y'all in the music department probably start your day with chorus with Dr. Hardy. Yeah? Somebody? Cool. Well, I think one of the things we all learn being here at BSA is this idea of taking a listening test, especially if you're in the music department. And you're usually put on the spot, and no, I'm not going to ask you guys to sing some mass for me today or anything like that. But one of the lessons I learned from Dr. Hardy, and it's not a quote that he came up with himself, but it's one that resonates with me today, even as a recruiter at Google. The best conversations are when you do 60% of the listening and only 40% of the talking. And of course, the thought that comes to that immediately is, how does that happen? It's my conversation, I'm running it, why do I have to do the majority of the listening? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really that good of a listener. In fact, I talk a whole lot. But one of the things I've learned is that listening is one of the best tools to success, and it's one of the best tools I've had in my career. Show y'all some embarrassing pictures. Let's be a sec. That's kind of embarrassing. No, I'm kidding. This is kind of nerdy. Yeah, this is some of us in the music department after a recital. It's a bassoon studio when I was here. Some of y'all might know Summerlee. And that was clearly a horrible choice. Clearly a horrible choice of shirt on my behalf or outfit. Hopefully, I learned how to dress better throughout the years. This is one of our parties. I hope y'all party like this. Make sure So like I said, I went to Dartmouth College and I studied English and government there, but I also studied Portuguese quite intensively, and I spent a lot of time in Brazil during my 4 years there. And again, one of the themes of my presentation is listening. Of course, when you're learning a foreign language, one of the biggest things that you have to do is listen in the practicum of learning that language. And I feel like that's one of the most important things I've learned in coming to a space outside of BSA. A lot of you are going to go to college likely in other cities, and there are going to be people from all around the world. And even if it's here in Baltimore, likely people from all around the world with so many different perspectives. One of the incredible things to try to remember all the time when you're interacting with folks and you're learning about them is if you're engaging in a way that makes sure that you understand them and can make a concrete observation or get a concrete perception of them afterwards. And I'll be honest, that's kind of one of the biggest lessons I learned while I was at Dartmouth. This is me on my graduation day. That's actually with another BSA alum. His name is Lawrence Bryant. He came up, we partied really hard the night before this, so I was pretty hungover when we took this picture. But nonetheless, it was a good time. And so today, like I said, I work at Google. And one of Google's missions is building technology for everyone. Google as a company has over 50% of the world's population is its unique users. We have cloud, we have machine learning, we have the search engine, we have YouTube, we have cars that drive themselves. And I recruit leaders for these product areas. Most of these leaders that come into Google, they're usually leading multi-billion-dollar product lines or technology initiatives. And so one of the things that I look for in executives that lead hundreds of people, lead thousands of people in some cases, is their ability to listen. Because I believe listening really does trigger a sense of apathy. Empathy, rather. Not apathy. Yikes. Hopefully it does the exact opposite. But in the sense of empathy, I think that that's really important, not only in terms of managing other people, but also in understanding a unique base of users. One of the things that I think Google is also trying to push itself with as the world becomes more plural and diverse is how do we connect to people who might not look like ourselves. And that's something that I'm trying to push there today. One of our biggest models at Google is actually don't be evil. And one of the things we actually ran into, yeah, it's a pretty cool model, but sometimes we don't even live up to that. One of the things we actually ran into last year was an issue of assault towards women among some of our senior male execs. And of course that blew up and we had a huge walkout and protest of that. And it was one of those moments where, again, connecting and empathy was one of our biggest lessons to push through that, and listening to each other. That's me actually working leading an interview of a movie that's actually based about Baltimore called Charm City. Would highly recommend checking it out. So, in conclusion, because I only have about 30 seconds, the number one thing I want to tell you guys in practicing active listening to ultimately show empathy towards the people that you'll meet over the next several years and chapters of your life is to just breathe. In fact, I want everybody to close their eyes now. Let's try this out. Let me see them. Are you going to close yours for me? No? Maybe? Cool. All right, everybody, on 4 count, I'm going to take a deep breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Y'all need to take a deep breath. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Everybody close your eyes real quick. Let's try it. 1, breathe. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it out slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that grounded you guys in this experience today, and hopefully that warmed up the stage for the rest of the people that are coming. Thank you all.